Okay, ladies, want to talk to you today about how you dress, your clothing. Is it attractive to your husband? Now, before you think I'm going to offer you fashion advice, that would not be happening because Debbie Chavez is not exactly qualified to offer fashion advice to you. However, I do want to talk to you about how you clothe yourself in terms of your behavior, your attitude, your character when you're interacting with people, including your husband and your mother-in-law and your sister and the boss at work and your annoying coworkers and maybe your teenage children. How are you clothing yourself in terms of your behavior? Well, let me talk about a verse that kind of really brought this up to my attention. That's Colossians 3:12, where God says, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience." I think he used this language of clothing yourself on purpose because think about how you put on clothes. You have to actually be intentional. They just don't jump on you. You have to walk over to the closet, say, will I wear the cute dress with the little heels? Or will I wear the jeans and the wonderful new sweater I got? I mean, you have to pick out what you're going to wear. You get to choose how you're going to clothe yourself, what you're going to put on. I think God uses that analogy on purpose. He's saying, hey, you have a choice in terms of what you're going to put on in terms of your behavior, your character, when you're interacting with others, including your husband. Think about it, compassion. If you choose to put on compassion when you wake up in the morning and as you interact with everyone in your day, including your husband, then when your husband does something a little annoying or maybe snaps at you just a little bit and seems out of character for him, you're like, okay, wait a minute. Compassion. I wonder if he had a hard day at work and is super stressed. That you try to look at life from his perspective and it helps so much in your relationship. The next one, kindness. This means that you go out of your way on occasion to just bless your husband or your mother-in-law or that coworker. You bring them a cup of coffee at work or something. It's just like saying, I see you. That's that act of kindness. It does so much to improve relationships when we clothe ourselves with kindness. The next one, not so easy, humility. Because we all think we're right. We have to convince everyone else that we're right and they're wrong. And we sometimes carry ourselves in a little bit of a self-righteous way. I don't think we intend to, but we kind of look down at everyone else like they're wrong, we're right. Ugh, not very attractive, is it? Could we purposely, intentionally clothe ourselves with humility, acting like we are not better than everybody else? That would improve our relationships. The next one, gentleness. Ooh, this is huge. For instance, if you have to maybe confront your husband about some disturbing behavior that you really need to draw some boundaries on, like driving while drunk or continuing to look at pornography or being verbally abusive, is going to work so much better if you approach him with the spirit of humility, but also in gentleness, as opposed to yelling and screaming and treating him like he's scum of the earth, right? That gentleness will go so much farther. And then the last one, patience. Realizing that we're all, including yourself, a work in progress. None of us has arrived. When we purposely, intentionally choose to clothe ourselves each morning with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience, all of our relationships almost always will improve.